Labradors often look invincible in winter, but their coats tell a more complex story. Their famous double coat isn't just for show. It's a sophisticated thermal regulation system. This dense, water-resistant outer layer paired with a soft, downy undercoat creates a natural barrier against the cold. The outer guard hairs repel water and snow, keeping the insulating undercoat dry. This is why a Labrador can shake off water and be nearly dry in moments. The undercoat traps a layer of air warmed by the dog's body heat, acting much like a personal, built-in puffy jacket. It's this combination that historically allowed them to retrieve game from icy waters in Newfoundland. However, the effectiveness of this coat can vary. Labradors raised in consistently warm climates may develop a thinner undercoat compared to those living in colder regions, making them more susceptible to the chill. Age and health also play a significant role. Puppies and senior Labradors have less efficient thermoregulation and can lose body heat much faster. Despite their robust build, Labradors are not immune to cold-related health risks. Hypothermia is a serious concern when a dog's body temperature drops dangerously low. Early signs can be subtle, such as shivering, which is the body's first response to generate heat. As hypothermia progresses, a dog might become lethargic, clumsy, or disoriented. Their breathing and heart rate may slow. In severe cases, they can lose consciousness. It's a medical emergency that requires immediate veterinary attention. Another significant risk is frostbite. The areas most vulnerable are those with less fur and blood flow, like the paw pads, ears, and tail. Frostbitten skin may appear pale, grayish, or bluish, and feel cold and brittle to the touch. As the area warms, it can become red, swollen, and painful. Frostbite can cause permanent tissue damage, so prevention is key. Protecting these sensitive areas during extreme cold is essential for their well-being. Paw care is particularly critical during winter months. A Labrador's paws are tough, but they face many challenges in the cold. Snow and ice can accumulate between their toes, forming painful ice balls that can cause chafing and even frostbite. More than just the cold, chemical dicers and salts used on sidewalks and roads are a major hazard. These substances can cause chemical burns, dryness, and cracking on their paw pads. If a dog licks these chemicals off their paws, it can lead to gastrointestinal upset or even poisoning. Regular paw checks are vital. After every walk, their paws should be gently wiped with a warm, damp cloth to remove any ice, salt, or grit. Trimming the hair between their toes can also help prevent ice balls from forming. Applying a pet safe paw balm before heading out can create a protective barrier against harsh elements, keeping their pads moisturized and healthy throughout the winter season. The tail, another exposed area, is susceptible to a condition sometimes called limber tail or swimmer's tail. This painful condition involves the tail hanging limp, and it's thought to be caused by overexertion or exposure to cold water, which can strain the tail muscles. While it usually resolves on its own with rest, it's a clear signal that the dog has been exposed to cold for too long. Similarly, a Labrador's ears have less fur and are more prone to heat loss and frostbite. While their floppy ears offer some protection to the ear canal, the tips are still vulnerable. When playing in deep snow, it's also important to check their ears afterward for any snow or moisture that might have gotten inside, as this can lead to ear infections. A simple wipe with a dry cloth is usually sufficient to prevent problems. Recognizing these specific vulnerabilities helps owners provide targeted care. While their coats provide significant insulation, Labradors don't generate endless heat. Physical activity is how they stay warm. When a Labrador is running and playing, its metabolism and muscle movement produce a great deal of warmth, which is then trapped by their double coat. This is why an active Lab can often play comfortably in the snow for extended periods without seeming cold. However, the situation changes dramatically when they stop moving. A stationary dog, even a well-coated one, will begin to lose body heat to the cold environment. This is especially true if they are wet or standing on frozen ground. The insulation of their coat is less effective without the internal heat generated by activity. This is why it is crucial to keep them moving during cold weather outings and to avoid long periods of inactivity, like waiting outside a store. When the fun is over, it's time to head inside to a warm, dry space. So, how cold is too cold for a Labrador? There's no single temperature, as it depends on factors like wind chill, dampness, the dog's individual coat, age, health, and activity level. Generally, most healthy adult Labradors are comfortable for short periods in temperatures down to around freezing. As temperatures drop further, especially into the single digits Fahrenheit or below, the risk of hypothermia and frostbite increases significantly. Watch the dog, not just the thermometer. If they start shivering, lifting their paws off the ground, whining, or trying to turn back home, they are signaling that they are too cold. These behaviors are their way of communicating discomfort and should always be taken seriously. Limiting the duration of walks and play sessions in very cold weather is a simple but effective way to ensure their safety. Several short outings are better than one prolonged exposure. For many Labradors, especially those in very cold climates, or those who are older or have thinner coats, a winter jacket can be a valuable tool. A good coat should be waterproof or water-resistant and provide insulation over the dog's core body. It's important to ensure the jacket fits well, not too tight to restrict movement, but not so loose that it can get snagged. A proper fit ensures it effectively traps body heat without causing chafing or discomfort. For dogs that spend a lot of time walking on treated sidewalks or rough, icy terrain, dog boots are another excellent protective measure. They shield the paws from chemical dicers, salt, and sharp ice, while also preventing the formation of painful ice balls between the toes. It may take some time for a dog to get used to wearing boots, but with positive reinforcement, many adapt well and benefit from the added protection during harsh winter conditions. Winter also brings changes in daylight hours and potential hazards hidden under the snow. Shorter days mean walks are more likely to happen in low light conditions. Using reflective gear, such as a reflective collar, leash, or jacket, can significantly improve a dog's visibility to drivers and cyclists, preventing accidents. Furthermore, snow can conceal dangers on the ground. Broken glass, sharp sticks, or other debris can be hidden just beneath the surface, posing a risk of injury to a running dog's paws. It's also important to be aware of frozen bodies of water. A Labrador's instinct might be to run onto a frozen pond or lake, but the ice may not be thick enough to support their weight. Keeping them on a leash near frozen water is the safest course of action to prevent a tragic accident. Supervising their outdoor time is always the best policy. Hydration is just as important in winter as it is in summer. The dry winter air can lead to dehydration, and dogs can lose a surprising amount of moisture just by breathing in the cold. When they are active, they need plenty of fresh water to replenish lost fluids. It's important to ensure their water bowl, whether indoors or outdoors, doesn't freeze over. Some dogs may eat snow to quench their thirst, but this should be discouraged. Eating large amounts of snow can dangerously lower their core body temperature. Furthermore, snow can be contaminated with chemicals, salt, or other pollutants that are harmful if ingested. Always provide access to fresh, clean water to ensure they stay properly hydrated. Caloric needs may also increase in winter, as the body burns more energy to stay warm. Adjusting their food intake based on their activity level and body condition can help them maintain a healthy weight. Ultimately, a Labrador's comfort in the cold is a balance between their natural adaptations and the responsible care provided by their owner. By understanding the function of their double coat, recognizing the signs of cold stress like shivering or lifting, and taking preventative measures such as using paw protection and appropriate winter gear, owners can ensure their companions stay safe. Regular checks of their paws, ears, and tail after outdoor adventures are simple habits that make a big difference. Paying attention to their behavior is the most reliable way to gauge their comfort level. With thoughtful supervision and proactive care, a Labrador can safely enjoy all the fun that the winter season has to offer. From joyful romps in the snow to cozy evenings resting indoors.